Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain on a threat that's pretty much everywhere online, malware. We're going to break down exactly what it is, how it sneaks around, and most importantly, what you can do to keep yourself safe.
You know exactly the one I'm talking about, right? That unexpected invoice for something you never bought, or a weird link from a friend's hacked account. Maybe it's a notification that you've won a prize that just seems way too good to be true. That little gut feeling, that suspicion, that's actually your first line of defense, because that's almost always where the story of a malware infection begins.
So if we're going to protect ourselves, we first have to understand what we're up against. Let's solve this mystery. What is malware anyway?
Honestly, it's a lot simpler than it sounds. Malware is just the short and sweet term for malicious software. Really, at its heart, it's just any computer program that was written with the specific goal of causing trouble. That analogy of a cold or a flu for your devices, it's perfect. It's like a digital sickness your computer catches, and it messes with all of its normal functions.
But here's the thing, malware is a really broad term. Just like there are different kinds of germs that can make you sick, there are all sorts of different malware out there. So, let's take a look at the most common culprits, our lineup of usual suspects.
Okay, let's break down the big three. First up, you have the virus. Think of it just like the flu. It has to latch onto a host, like a program file, to travel around and spread. Then you've got the worm, which is way more independent. It's like a self-mailing letter that can just copy itself and travel across entire networks all on its own. And finally, the Trojan. Yep, just like the Trojan horse, it's all about deception. It disguises itself as something useful or fun to trick you into welcoming it right in.
So those are the classics, but there's a more modern villain that has become especially infamous in the last few years. It's time to shine a big spotlight on ransomware.
This one takes the threat to a whole other level. See, ransomware doesn't just mess with your device. It literally takes your digital life hostage. We're talking about your photos, your important documents, your family videos, all of it locked away from you.
So how does this whole nightmare play out? Well, it's usually a three-step attack. First, there's the infection, which is how the malware gets onto your computer in the first place. Second, it starts the encryption process, which basically scrambles all of your files and makes them completely useless. And finally, the ransom note pops up on your screen, demanding money to get your files back. And this isn't some small-time operation. It's a massive, multi-billion-dollar criminal industry.
Okay, so we've covered the what, but now for the how. How does this stuff actually break through our defenses and wiggle its way onto our devices?
The number one top-of-the-charts delivery method is the deceptive email, which you probably know as phishing. You get a message that looks totally legit. Maybe it's from your bank or a package delivery service, and it's urgently telling you to click a link or open an attachment. And that one single click, that can be all it takes to open the door.
And this next one is really just an extension of that. It's not just emails. Malware can be hiding in that free software you downloaded from some sketchy website, or inside those pop-up ads that scream you've won an iPad, or even in links shared by friends on social media. The whole game is about tricking you into clicking on something that isn't what it appears to be.
Now this one feels like it's straight out of a spy movie, but believe me, it happens all the time. Just picture it. You find a random USB stick in a coffee shop or a parking lot. It's so tempting to just plug it in and see what's on it, right? Well, attackers know this. They sometimes leave these infected drives lying around on purpose, just counting on our curiosity to do their dirty work for them.
Phew, okay, we've met the villains, we've learned their sneaky tricks. Now for the most important part, how we fight back. Let's get you set up with your very own digital self-defense kit.
These 4 rules are your absolute foundation for staying safe. Number 1, think before you click. Seriously, just take a breath. If an email or a link feels off, it probably is. Number 2, keep software updated. Those updates aren't just for new features. They patch the security holes that attackers love to exploit. 3, use security software. A good antivirus program is like having a 24/7 security guard for your devices. And last but not least, be wary of unknowns. That goes for everything from mystery USB drives to those free, unsecured Wi-Fi networks at the airport.
So, let's say you've built your fortress. You're being super careful about what you click, all your software is up to date, your antivirus is humming along. You are in fantastic shape. But what about the front gate? What about your password? Is it a heavy-duty steel lock, or is it more like a flimsy piece of string just waiting for someone to snap it?
That is exactly what we are going to break down in our next explainer. We're going to dive deep into strong passwords, what authentication really means, and something called MFA. You are not going to want to miss it.